welcome to go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
All right, you go in, Tony.
Good. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead radio show. You're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
the show begins. You're telling all your friends, the party never ends. Knockem dead. Knockem dead. Comedy show.
Good morning, kids. It is Tuesday. Lower my volume. It is Tuesday. Tuesday trivia coming at you in just a little while. Welcome, everybody, to the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. Right here on Gov's Comedy Club podcast, the YouTube channel, the Facebook channel. We're going to be playing Tuesday trivia soon. Please be sure to get on the YouTube feed. So you can say hi to us in the comments. We'll say hi back. And we want to hear how you're doing. But most importantly, we're going to be playing Tuesday trivia. And so I need to see your comments on the YouTube feed so I can interact with you guys. Let me fix that. Okay. All right. Hope everybody's well. We're coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club, by the way. Where? Tonight. Tonight. Right here at Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. Jeff Leeson will be performing tonight. Jeff Leeson is a master of crowd work, and that's how he pushes himself, and that's what he's known for. So it should be a fun show tonight. I might come and check this out because I love crowd work. I love doing crowd work. I love crowd work. Governor's is not high on crowd work. So I'm curious to see what goes on here tonight. Play Tuesday Trivia with us, and we'll get you into some shows here at Governor's Comedy Club. Not all the shows. Can't get you into everything. But I can get you into some shows. Hello, John Rusiello. I don't know where Sean is. My guess with Sean. All right, so here's my prediction. I'm predicting that next week Sean shows up. I have not heard from Sean in about a week. When he heard last week, if you guys remember, that's when we got hit with a bunch of snow last week. So Sean he claimed that he was going to be here, but then when he heard it was going to snow, he was like, "Forget it," which I can't say I blame him. I'm sure it must be very hard to get around in a wheelchair in the snow. I know it gets around pretty hard. It's hard to get around on a prosthetic leg in the snow. So my guess, I mean, there's some snow has melted away, but there's still a good amount of snow here. Back here behind Governor's, which is the way to get into the studio, there's still a lot of snow back there and some ice back there as well. But next week, the rest of this week is supposed to be in the 40s around here, so the snow is going to go. And then next week around here is supposed to be in the 50s, which I'm very excited about because 50s is that's perfect temperatures for me. I love the 50s. So the snow will I think all the snow will be gone by next Tuesday, and I bet you Sean shows up. And I really hope he does, to be honest with you. I love when that guy's here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. John, hope you're feeling well. Thanks for asking where Sean is. I did have my camera set up just in case he did show up. I was ready, but he's not here. So there you go. So you're stuck with me today. However, the rest of the week is going to be good here on the Knockem Dead Comedy Show. We're not here tomorrow, as you know. But on Thursday, I do believe Mike Kaplan will be back. And we have a special guest, a gentleman by the name of Joe Scrocca. I'll have to ask him how to pronounce it when he gets here. Scrocca. Joe Scrocca. Joe Scrocca Jr., to be exact. He's 62 years old. And this past December, he started doing stand-up comedy. He has never done it before. And at the age of 62, he has started to do it. I believe he's a Jersey guy. But he contacted me, told me his story. I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool story. I do believe he's been performing here and there. I believe he's been getting into the city a little bit. And he even wants to come, check out the Long Island scene. So he said that this Thursday was good for him. So I said, yeah, come on in. So we'll hear his story. We'll talk to him. Also joining us on Thursday, Lilo Grunwald, ladies and gentlemen. Lilo, a good friend of the show, has not been here in a long time. Probably, it's got to be at least 2 years. Might even be more than that. She used to perform regularly with Knockem Dead Comedy on our Murder Mysteries. She's a tremendous actress. She just recently put out a little short film that she wrote and directed. I believe she directed it, but she wrote it. I believe it was her first film that she's made, herself. But yeah, tremendous actress. She's been around quite a bit on the Long Island scene and New York scene. She's been, an extra in a lot of major movies and TV shows, and just a wonderful person, a good friend, and yes, and she's a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to her being here. And then Friday, of course, Andy will be here. Of course. Oh, you can't even see it in the shot today. Sorry, Andy. But joining us on Friday, Jeff Bosey and Rich Rada. If you guys remember, they used to have a show in here together called No Rhyme, No Reason. One of my personal favorites. I don't know why they're coming in. I don't know if they're promoting something. Once in a while, they do. They produce some stand-up shows in the Giggle Room. I don't know if they have a show coming up. I don't know if maybe they just haven't done anything in a while and they want to come in and have some laughs. Rich Rada, for a while, if you guys remember, for a while he was doing Thursdays with us in here on this show. So, yeah, but I'm not arguing. It's always fun when they come around. So Andy, Jeff, and Rich on Friday. So that's going to be a lot of fun as well. Andy said he's sick on Friday. All those guests on Thursday. Ditch Kaplan, says John. Well, I might not have to. Who knows if that guy's showing up? You never know with that guy. You just never know. And usually he's all depressed or something anyway. So we'll talk to Lilo and have some laughs. I'm not going to ditch him, but I am going to put him in the third chair. I'm putting Lilo right here. And if you've seen Lilo, you understand why. Let me see. Lilo or Mike Kaplan? Or some 62-year-old man? No, sorry. Lilo's sitting right there. Among other places. Sorry. Couldn't resist. All right, so we're going to get to Tuesday Trivia in just a little while. And I like that Bosey and Rada are coming in on Friday. Because this past Friday we had guests in here, so Andy and I didn't get into our fight. And now this Friday, there's no way we're getting into it with those two. Bosey never shuts up, and Rada never stops bullying Bosey. So it's going to be one of those Fridays. I'm just going to be like, I'll probably say to them in the beginning, so what are you guys doing here? Are you promoting something? And that'll be it for me for the whole show. But I'm fine with that, and I'm sure you guys are too. Let's see, what do we got? What's going on here? All right, yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff before we get into Tuesday Trivia. I did ask my wife Lisa to come in today. She's off this week because she works on a school calendar. So, but she does, but she also does some side work as well. Andy's wheels are spinning right now. She is actually working right now, but she said she might come in here. She might show up towards the end of the show, and we'll hit her with the Tuesday Trivia, which I don't even think she knows that we do that. So she's probably going to get mad at me because she's not going to know answers. I don't think she's ever watched the show. She's been in here, twice, I think? And then she brought me and Sean that French toast that time. That was awesome. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if she shows up. So in the meantime, what do we got? So I wanted. And I've told you guys before that I often just collect stories, and I have my list here, stuff to talk about, and I just hold on to them. I do a lot of research on the guests that are coming in. Like yesterday when we had Darren Palchowitz, who wrote the David Lee Roth book, which is still here. Go get it. I did a lot of research on him. I'm a Van Halen maniac, so I knew a lot about Van Halen already. But I always, just write stuff down on paper, and hold, whether it's research for a guest or just stuff on days like today when I'm by myself, I have stuff to talk about. So I had a story that I was going to do. I found the story last week, and I held on to it so I can bring it up in here. But it worked out that I held on to it because today some weird updates came out about this story. So what happened was a few weeks ago. Is there an actual date on here? I want to say it was like the first week of February, where in Michigan, Benton Harbor, Michigan, there's a little cafe called the Mason Jar Cafe. Okay, a story came out of this place when a customer came in. Whatever he or she got, the bill turned out. The bill came to $32. Okay. Now this person was in town in Benton Harbor, Michigan, to attend a funeral. Oh, okay. Well, excuse me. It was a man. So this man came into Benton Harbor, Michigan, to go to attend a funeral, and as a tribute to his friend who passed away, this man not only paid his bill at the Mason Jar Cafe, but he left a $10,000 tip. That's right, a $10,000 tip. So, which I believe, do I have it on here somewhere? It's a 30,836% tip. 30,836% tip. Based on the bill. So, great story. The man did wish to remain anonymous. And it was great. His waitress is a single mother of two. It's just a small cafe. I really doubt anybody's making a super great living working in this small cafe in the middle of Michigan. So it was a cool story, right? And it's great that somebody can pay it forward, and when they have that kind of money to spend, it's nice that they would do something like that, right? Nice heartwarming story. However, and leave it to us. I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but I am just going to say America. Leave it to Americans to just screw something up. So it turns out, here's the update that I heard this morning. A Michigan restaurant server who recently received a $10,000 tip on a $32 tab says the establishment has since fired her amid a dispute over how many of her coworkers deserved a share of the remarkably large gratuity. From their anonymous tip. Sounds like a glory hole. It does. See, now I'm laughing at Fremder's joke, and now he's just not going to stop. Fremder's going to be in here within the next 2 or 3 weeks, as that book he illustrated is going to be released soon. So, yeah, so there's a dispute. And first off, before I even go any further, let me point out, like, in other parts of the world, there's no such thing as tipping. And personally, I do believe that tipping is a problem. Like, you never know how much to give. Sometimes it's not enough. Then what is it? Maybe the past 20 years, 30 years tops, where servers now have to split their tips with the rest of their workers. Like it's just gotten weird. First off, and I'm sure Governors doesn't want to hear this because they have waiters and waitresses, but I'm of the firm belief that let the establishment pay their employees, the right way. Pay them accordingly. And I don't know. I mean, if people, fine, then make it, put on the bottom of the receipt, gratuities welcome, or gratuity, we thank you for a gratuity, and leave it up to the patron if they want to pay it, like a tip or not. Kind of like now on the internet, people have Patreon and virtual tipping, and some people, have no problem throwing money out. I'm going to start a Patreon on here because we need to make money. But people, people are fine with that. So if people want to throw a tip out, throw a tip out. And fine, if the establishment then wants to keep the tips because they're paying their staff accordingly, fine. I don't know. To me, it just solves a lot of problems. And establishment, most likely you can afford to pay your people better. That's how I see it. So they get into this dispute. The story of the tip that Lindsay Huff earned while waiting on a table at the Mason Jar Cafe in the western Michigan community of Benton Harbor. Oh, on February 5th. Okay, February 5th. This story went viral on all corners of the internet, dedicated to uplifting news because it had been left by a patron who wanted to honor a late friend. But as an increasing number of Huff's co-workers sought a cut of the gratuity, the tale devolved into her dismissal from the Mason Jar, as well as threats from ownership to sue her because she discussed her firing on social media. Oh, I should try and get this girl on here, huh? Oh, that would be cool. As the word spread of this tip, the Mason Jar's manager, Tim Sweeney, said the restaurant had never seen anything of this gratitude or magnitude. One of Huff's co-workers said everyone on the waitstaff is going through something different, so that amount of money helps us all a lot, is what they said. Yet after Huff and 7 of her fellow servers split the gratuity evenly, each getting $1,200, which, again, this shit of having to, share your tips. This Lindsay Huff got $10,000. She was nice enough to share it with the other wait staff and only take home $1,200 to be exact. She went from $10,000 to $1,200, all for her work. So that says a lot about her in my book. But yeah, so they each 7 people splitting it, but then the kitchen staffers felt unjustly left out of the tip, and they became upset. So, so Huff, the waitress, she went to her managers to inform them of the brewing discontent. But the managers wanted to know exactly who was expressing having a problem with the way the tip was split. So now this woman, Huff, again, splits the tip with all of her coworkers. Now, still doing the right thing, she tells management, well, I'm sorry, I don't want to give you names. I don't want to tell you who's upset. I'm just letting you know that this is the problem I'm having right now. So her quote, I'm not going to give any of their names because I don't want to create a bigger issue. I would just like some assistance in getting this resolved. So that's why she went to management. The Mason Jar ultimately fired Huff. Like I said earlier, a divorced mother of 2. They fired her for refusing to name names. So she went on Facebook and recounted how she was asked to take a mental day off on February 11th, which was a Sunday, which was the Super Bowl, correct? If they're open, well, they're probably closed by the Super Bowl, but I'm thinking if they were open for the Super Bowl, that's a big day for tips too. But then on Monday, the 12th, she was told not to come in. Then on Tuesday, they called her and said, yes, you're fired. Then received a phone call from one of the managers telling her that the Mason Jar had retained attorneys who would file a lawsuit against her if she didn't take her post down. Because, like I said, she went on Facebook to complain about how the Mason Jar fired her. So now they're threatening to sue her. The threat was enough to bully her into deleting her post, even though it truthfully documented that she had been fired. What a load of shit. What a load of shit. You get $10,000, which was, as an act of kindness, a random act of kindness from somebody who remains anonymous. And again, leave it to us to screw up something so cool. People are going to fight over money. Can we go back and forth on whether the kitchen staff deserved some of the tip or not? I guess. I, fortunately, have never worked in a restaurant, so I have no idea if that's how it's normally done. Is it just the wait staff that split the tips, or do they actually give some to the kitchen staff? Why doesn't the kitchen staff get paid more? There's a whole bunch of issues I have with this. But then, of course, you can't just be happy for this girl. A divorced, so she's a single mother of 2. You can't just be happy for her that she got this money. And I'm telling you right now, if I'm one of the 7, why am I splitting this evenly? I had nothing to do with this guy. You know what? I'll take, fine. If we have to split the tips, I don't want to set a precedent by not splitting tips anymore. Well, then you know what? I'm giving her some of that back. Like people do it and they win raffles, right? You win a 50-50 at a fundraiser. You usually give that money back, right? All right. Hang on. John Rusiello is going to yell at us. Would you like to weigh in on this, sir?
Yes, I would, and I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're not interrupting at all.
I'm going to tell you the situation that I had recently.
Okay.
My grandson received confirmation.
Oh, congratulations.
So I decided to take the family, the immediate family, his mother, his father, and his 2 cousins and everybody out to dinner.
Nice.
We went to a very nice restaurant, and we had a lovely time. The bill comes.
Yep.
And I'm looking at the bill, and an 18% gratuity was automatically added on the bill.
Oh, wow.
Which I never saw that before.
Yeah, I've heard of places doing that. I don't know about 18, but I've seen them automatically add the gratuity. Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw that before. So, Tony, I think you know me. I'm a generous man.
Yes, you are.
I'm a generous man, and I believe in sharing good things. I was going to give this girl, or there was 2 or 3 of them that waited on us, a 22% tip.
Right.
Because the service was so good. I always tip 20% or more. But they put on 18%. So I looked at my wife and I said, I saved money. Saved a couple of bucks.
Yeah,
I'm going to give the 18%. Fine. But I went to the manager and I said, can I ask you a stupid question? I said, you charge 18%. And he got up and he said, well, I said, calm down, relax. that's, I'm not complaining about that. I said, but I want to tip more. So he says, well, you're that's up to you. We would love you to tip more. I said, no, I'm not going to tip more because you put down 18%. You made my decision for me.
That's right.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day. But, listen, I never saw that before. And now you're telling me, my wife's just saying, come on, get down to the 21st century. They do it all the time. Now you're telling me all right? I want to go out with Mike Kaplan because he's a Jew. He don't tip at all. He don't give a shit. He doesn't go back to the restaurant. Really. All right? I want to go to dinner with Andy because they look at Andy, they run away. They said, don't worry about the tip. Just, don't come back. These are good things, but I just don't understand. All of a sudden, these restaurants, and they're telling me that because people don't tip.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it balances out at the end of the day for them because they're getting less of a tip from you, but they're probably getting more of a tip from most of the other patrons.
Yeah, but so I just wanted to share that with you. Lovely show. Yesterday was a dynamite show.
Oh, thanks.
And you're having guests. Don't embarrass yourself. Cut Kaplan on Thursday. Tell him to stay home.
Well, I'll do like I did when Jackie the Joke Man was here. Mike didn't even talk the whole time. So.
Yeah, well, you're right about being depressed. He wakes up depressed and he goes to sleep depressed. So what do you? That's Kaplan. Love you. Talk to you later. God
See you,
bless
pal. Thank you. Wow, John Rusiello on fire, picking on Andy. Let's see. Let's read some comments before I go any further. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, Charles Goonan. Are you a sailor? Anchor on your shirt. Anchor is the name of a camp. It's Camp Anchor down in Lido Beach, which is south shore of Long Island. Nassau County to be exact. You don't get any more. Excuse me. You don't get any more south than that. Lido Beach, it's right next to Long Beach. If you go any more south, you're in the ocean. So it's a camp down there. It's actually a special needs camp. My daughter attends that camp every summer. So That's what Camp Anchor is. Charles, thanks for watching, Charles. Fremder, huffing a tip for money is called being a hooker. Oh, my goodness. And Plajanos, for parties of 6 or more, the automatic gratuity charge is added. Is it yeah, now, John said he never saw that before. It does seem to me like that is a fairly new thing. Am I wrong about that? I've never been in the restaurant business, thank goodness. Not a business I ever had a desire to be in. Now, Andy has worked in bars and whatnot, so he's familiar. Fremder, years ago, I got my tips split. Not because they were trying to be fair, but because I'm a Jew. Oh, my God. Again, that's what I got. That's what I get for not reading ahead of time. Andy Plajanos, you probably wouldn't believe how many people won't tip in those situations. No, I do believe it, unfortunately. Now, but in this situation that John was just referring to, where they just automatic, and I have seen restaurants will do that, or even, being in the business I'm in of doing, comedy shows at restaurants. Sometimes for our show, the package will include, $60 includes show, beer, wine, soda, a special menu, tip and tax and gratuity also included, dessert. Sometimes they do stuff like that. But my question is, in John's situation, when it is included, does that full 18% go back to the waitstaff? You hear those stories sometimes. Oh, don't include the tip on the credit card because the waitstaff won't see it. I don't even know if that's true. Is that an urban legend? You guys help me out with that. 3 more people watching now that you mentioned the word tip. The sailor answer was better. No, it wasn't. You are wrong. It's been around for more than 30 years. Oh, it really has been that long that restaurants have started including tips in the bill? Wow. Sometimes I think Andy just, he doesn't even know. He just has to disagree. I'm starting to fight with Andy again. Andy, you were out last night. I heard from Laura that you guys that she showed up at the open mic. I'm having a brain fart. What's the name of the place? But either way, I'm sure it was a fun time with Laura there. It's illegal for the restaurant to not give it to the servers. Oh, I did not know that. See, that's why I asked for help. Thanks for that info. Oh, all right. Hang on. I just got a text. I think from Lisa saying she's not coming. Lisa she had a cold over the weekend, so she's been a little tired. Sorry, I'm too tired after working today. I came home. So she's saying that her and Sammy might go out because Sammy stayed home today. She just felt like it. So they might go to IHOP. Well, if you go to IHOP, well, come here first. Do the last few minutes of the show with me. Then we'll go to the IHOP across the street. There's an IHOP. It's not even across the street. It's just on the other side of this parking lot. Am I pointing in the right direction? No, I'm pointing. It's that way. You walk out of Governor's, the main entrance. You can see it. You can see the back of it. So, I'm not going to miss out on IHOP. Damn it. Come do the show. Say hi to everybody. Damn it. Tip is definitely included when you eat on the dock. He says from there. I don't get that. Tip is definitely included when you eat on the dock. It's a joke. I'm sure it's a joke, but I didn't get it. Don't tease me with those IHOP eyes. Jerry, do they not have IHOPs over there in Delaware where you are? That alone would be a reason not to live there. Where are you originally from, Jerry? Angel Plajanos. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Oh, talking about illegal for the restaurant not to give the tips to the servers. I worked in restaurants and bars from 1990 to 2010. 2010, 20010. Come on, Andy. Laura was... Oh, all right, now he's changing the subject. Yes, Laura was there. She got to see what we have going on. It's too far for her, for sure. We had over 20 comics. Oh, my goodness. Wow, that's a lot of comics. It is cold in here. I have the heat on, right? Yeah, I don't know why it's so cold in here today. Jerry says, we do have them in Delaware. Okay, good. Tip included when docking at a gay restaurant. Oh, is that a term? Do they call it, like, is docking like slang for going to a gay restaurant? I've never heard that. But Fremder would know. So, all right, there you go. So that's that story. I'm surprised Andy hasn't taken any shots at John after John was picking on him on the phone. All right. Getting to Tuesday Trivia soon. Oh, I forgot. My apologies. Yesterday, I started telling you guys about some funds that are being raised for our friend Larry Russell. But then the guests came in and it kind of got lost. So I'm just going to do it again. Larry Russell has been on this show via Zoom and phone calls. He's been on this show many times, actually. He has watched the show fairly regularly, and he'll comment a lot. Larry Russell is a musician. In the late 60s, he was in a band called... He's a Long Islander. Been in New York City for many years, but originally from Long Island. He had a band in the late 60s called The Age of Reason, and they had a minor hit. Magnet? Was that the name of the song? They had a song that was a minor hit, got some radio play. And being in the New York music scene back in the late 60s, well, he made a lot of friends with other bands. And there was a band floating around at the time called The Hassles. The keyboard player and singer of that band was a young musician named Billy Joel. And Larry became friends with Billy. Billy Joel had this band called The Hassles that fizzled out. He had another band called Attila that fizzled out. So I guess it's probably around 1971, that's when Billy Joel decided to just do it himself and just be Billy Joel, piano player, singer, songwriter. And he put out his first album, Cold Spring Harbor, it's called. And he had a record deal, and the record company, wanted him to go out and tour. Now, Billy did not have a band at this time. He actually went out to Europe and just did a tour by himself, just him on a piano playing the songs from this album. But then when he came back, the record company wanted him to tour with a band. He wanted, put a band together, Billy, and, go tour and do your thing. I forget who it was, but Larry was in New York City, and he bumped into... His story is that, he's just walking down the street, and he happened to bump into a record company executive that he knew. And these guys both knew Billy as well. So this guy said to Larry, "What are you doing these days?" Now, Larry was originally a drummer. He had switched over to bass guitar. And he told the guy, I'm kind of in between projects. I'm just, but I'm playing bass now. And the guy said, "Well, you remember Billy Joel?" He goes, "Yeah, of course I remember Billy." He goes, "Well, he's solo now. He's got a record deal. And he's going to go on a tour. And he needs a band." He said, "Why don't you come play bass?" And Larry's like, "Okay." So Larry was Billy Joel's first, session guy. So he's now in the first backing band that Billy Joel ever had. And not only that, but then because he was brought in, because he knew Billy already, he helped Billy. He claims that he was very instrumental in putting the band together. Excuse me, sorry. So Larry toured with Billy for a while, eventually went on to other projects. He played on Broadway in the production of Godspell. He's played with Ace Frehley of Kiss. You can actually see him. There's a clip of Bryan Adams. I think it's Bryan Adams performing on Rosie O'Donnell in the 90s when she had her talk show. And there's Larry in the background playing percussion. He's just done a lot of session work. And then, when we've had Elio in here, And Elio he's selling that. In fact, you know what? I'll show you this clip. I've showed it a million times. I'm going to show it again.
You need to know about this band who started with Billy back in 1971, because it's not that history was written wrong, it wasn't written. So we're here to write it.
Well, started with a bank in Colorado. The pocket office vesticle, yeah.
Oh, loneliness will get to you somehow, but everybody loves you now.
That I've got to begin again. No, I don't know how to start.
Well, nothing I say does no justice to you. Nights of the day, the way that you do, Josephine. Oh, Josephine!
It's been a long time, and I had to make up your mind.
Captain Jack will get you high tonight. With just a little push, you'll be smiling.
So, go buy that album. It is a fantastic live album, produced really great. Larry Russell does get paid when you buy it, when you order a CD or the DVD of the concert. If you get the DVD, you'll see me in it. Because they actually mentioned me in the show. These guys are on stage because I introduced Larry to Elio. So Larry right in the middle of the show. I'd just like to thank Tony Walker. Oh, hi. Hey, that's me. And Sally's sitting next to me, so you see her quick. Saw Sally the other day, by the way. She asked me to say hi to everybody. She's doing well. So Larry's going through some health issues. And he's been in rehab for a while, and he's getting there, but it's a slow process. And the medications he's having some bad side effects. So there's a GoFundMe page. Maybe I'll put the link to the GoFundMe page on here if I can find it. Nope, that's not it. Hang on. So if anybody feels like, we're talking about people, giving back and whatnot. Well, it's a nice way to give back. Let me see. Okay, let me do this. Let me do that. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me hit this. Let me try that. Okay. Let's see. How do I... So I found the GoFundMe page, but how do I forward it? Copy link. I would think that's how. All right. John Rusiello. Andy is a gentleman. He respects his elders. I love Andy. He's always entertaining. I'm just breaking balls. Oh, I'm fully aware of that. But that doesn't mean Andy's not going to bust your balls back. All right. Lisa wrote back. Let's see. Okay, let's see what the princess has to say about what we are doing first. Okay. All right. Well, tell her she won't be on the air if she doesn't want to be. Doesn't want to be. Come here. Then by 12:45 we'll be at IHOP. Please smack her in the face. Okay, there we go. So, all right, that's that. All right, so I posted the GoFundMe link if anybody feels a little generous today. Larry is, he's going through some, through these issues, and let me tell you, and I'm sure John Rusiello could tell you, I'm sure a lot of you guys even know it yourself. Me and John aren't the only ones that have had health issues. it sucks. It sucks that you have to go through a health issue, but then on top of that, you have to worry about, the bills. When I was sick, I was fortunate enough at the time to have really good medical benefits, and we still had to pay a lot of money out of pocket. That cover things that that you don't even realize until you're going through it. Not to mention the loss of wages. Because I couldn't work. I got sick in 2002. Officially left the company in 2008. But during that 6-year span, I barely worked because I couldn't. I physically couldn't. I was laid up for months. A few different times. Literally laid up for months, and so insurance doesn't cover that. So poor Larry going through some health issues, not earning any money, and while medical bills are piling up. So and Larry's not married, so he doesn't have a wife or a girlfriend that living with him that's gonna help him out or that'll take up some slack. So we wish Larry the best. The GoFundMe link is there in the comments, and we hope he's doing well. So that's that. All the best to Larry. Let's see. What else? All right, I'm gonna do. I do this once in a while where we show signs, like funny signs. And all the talk shows do it. They'll show you funny ads, and I enjoy that stuff. I never get enough of that stuff. So I want to show you some that I came across recently. Starting right here with this one. This is a gas pump. This is a gas pump at a station. Caution: do not insert in mouth or rectum. I would love to know why they had to put that sign there. I would really love to know that. Where's the next one? This one definitely pertains to me. Well, not that I need haircuts anymore, but Barbara Johns, if we can't make you look good, you ugly. Yep. This next one, wash your hands after using the restroom, otherwise this becomes this. Washing your hands or not, I'm sure that becomes that in a bathroom that Jeff Bosey's in. But there you go. This one's funny. This also pertains to Bosey. It's a McDonald's, and then yes. I don't know what Yaz is, but either way, it just looks like my ass opens at 6 a.m. So again, pertaining to Jeff Bosey, except for the fact that it's not just 6 a.m., it's 24 hours. Here's a cool sign at an elevator at the University of Alabama. Do not click buttons with genitalia. Again, would love to know why they had to put that sign up. And it says cameras are watching. So somebody has a video of somebody, I'm assuming a man, pressing the buttons with his wee-wee. This next sign definitely pertains to our area currently, but pertains to many areas. It's too cold to change the sign. Good for you. Stay in. Be warm. Here's a sign at a bar, I'm assuming. Meet people the old-fashioned way, through alcohol and poor judgment. Man, I can identify with that. Another one, I'm assuming, is at a bar. Carrots may be good for your eyes, but booze will double your vision. I thought that was clever. I don't know what this means. Inside, great food, awesome coffee, friendly people. Outside, I don't know, Raptors probably. I wouldn't risk it. That's very strange. Yeah, I guess you have I guess it's, what do you call it? What's the movie? All the movies with the dinosaurs? Again, having a brain fart. Jeff Bosey, it's always open for you. Yep. Yep. Jeff, you're coming in on Friday with Rich, right? I've been talking about it all morning. Jurassic Park. That's what I was thinking of with this sign. It's apparently, this restaurant must be in Jurassic Park. Now, this next sign I really like. This is one of my favorites. The College of Architecture and Planning. Apparently, they're not very good architects, and they did not plan very well. For the C is on, and apparently they must have done this backwards. They must have started with the G in planning and worked their way back. Because then they were like, oh, shit. And what sucks is it looks like there was room to, put the G further out. Bosie says, yes, we will be there. Very nice. Jeff, I don't know if you guys are promoting something or you're just coming in to have some laughs, but we'll find out that day because that'll be fun. This next one's pretty funny. Someone put up, a sign, Jesus or hell, and then someone was nice enough to continue the sign. I like the positivity of it. How about we all stay positive and nobody will go to hell? We'll just go to heaven and enjoy Hello Kitty together. So, I thought that was funny. All right, so now, let's see. Charles Goonan, a sign at a pet store that's a front for a bathroom, for a bathhouse. Come in and have a cockatoo. Fremder, I don't know about anybody else, but I can confirm that gas definitely pumps from my rectum. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, Lisa wrote back. Let's see, what did she say? Oh, because I said, please smack our daughter in the face. She said, I did several times, but I can do it again. As everybody watching this show right now is calling CPS. All right. Now I have more signs that I'm going to show you. Because we're going to start Tuesday Trivia in a few minutes. So I'm just going to kill a few more minutes with some more signs. Bosie, it'll be magical. Like when I place my genitals on the buttons. Fremder, it should be called the College of Architecture and Spelling. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to show you some more signs. These aren't humorous signs. These are just signs with things in them that you might have missed, and I'll explain. Like you guys are familiar with Baskin Robbins. If you look at the B and the R, you could see that the second half of the B and the first half of the R, it turns out to be 31 because Baskin Robbins has 31 flavors. So I'm going to show. I got a handful of little tricks like that. This one you may have seen too. I've seen this one around before. The Pittsburgh Zoo. If you see the ape and what is that? A tiger. It looks like a tree with falling leaves, but then you see that there's a tiger and a gorilla in there. So here's one that you may not have seen. I've never seen this before. I've never smoked. I have never been a smoker. I've never had a cigarette in my mouth. Never. And so check this one out. Philip Morris. You see the guy with the cane and the dog on the package? Well, it turns out, if you look on the yellow part, that's the part that goes in your mouth. There's the gentleman with the cane and the dog again. I did not know that the yellow part, what is that, the filter? Is that what that's called? I had no idea that they did little things like that on the filter. Federal Express, FedEx. This one you might have known. Right there in the bottom part of the E as you see the X, it forms an arrow. I've noticed that before, but I didn't know until I was reading this article with these signs that was done on purpose. It's to signify, it's FedEx's way of saying that your packages are moving forward. They're getting to where they're going in a fast way. All right, this next one, I forget. I recognize the font. What is it? Toberlin or something? It's chocolates, right? I forget exactly what they're called. But did you guys ever see that there's a bear? I always thought it was just a mountain. I never noticed that there's a bear inside of that. And then I wonder, right by his nuts there, is that a fish? Or is that just coincidental? But yeah, it looks like a bear with a stream coming out of his ass. That I'm just noticing now. Looks like a bear with diarrhea after eating a bunch of chocolate. All right, 2 more, then we'll get to Tuesday trivia. Okay, this next one, where are we? Okay, this one I didn't know. So here we go. La Tour de France. If you look at, in the word tour, if you look at the first O, the U, the R, and then that yellow circle, it forms a man on a bicycle. You see it? I never noticed that before. You guys probably have, because I'm stupid and slow. And this last one, Goodwill. You know, it's you got the word Goodwill on the bottom, but on the top there, you know, it's not just the G in their lettering, it's also a smiling face, because you feel good about yourself after dropping off a bunch of stuff at Goodwill. Isn't that nice? Isn't that special? All right, so there you go. From there, a bear with diarrhea. Where's the rabbit? Yeah. The fish is his other leg, says Vicky. What, Vicky, what are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about the bear? The fish is his other leg? Oh, yeah, I guess it could be. Oh, yeah, you're right, because then up by his arm, there's what looks like to be another arm. So, Vicky, you've noticed this before? You've noticed the bear before in that logo? I've never noticed it. Man on a bicycle. Looks like me using the squatty potty, says Fremda. Fremda's got good ones today. He's got good ones today. But let's see how smart he is as we're about to start Tuesday trivia. I don't know if Lisa's showing up or not. Did she? Let me just see real quick. I was hoping to have her in here with me for Tuesday trivia. I like doing Tuesday trivia when somebody's in here with me. And like I said at the beginning of the show, hopefully our pal Sean returns next week. It's still snowy and icy. It has, it's not as bad as it was, but there's still a significant amount of snow and ice around. So I'm assuming that's why Sean isn't here. He claims he was going to be here last week until he heard it was going to snow. Next week, in these here parts, is supposed to be in the 50s. There won't be any snow around here next week. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that the man shows up. It would be nice to see him. We haven't seen him, I think he only came in, the first Tuesday of January? I think that's the only time he was here this year so far. It's got to be 5 or 6 weeks at this point. Hope he's all right. I'll reach out to him sometime this week and say, hey, fucker, you coming in or what? Coming in or what? All right. Goonin, Tony, will you be continuing the other podcast in your home with music and intimacy? Love that. What are we talking about? You're talking about when I used to do Tuesday night with Tony? Or is there a joke that I'm missing? Sean needs snow tire wheelchair. Yeah. No knocking him dead, by the way. What? No knock him dead, by the way. Oh, I didn't take it that way. But is that what you're talking about? You're talking about that Tuesday night with Tony that I used to do live on Facebook? I did that for, I think, 2 years. Is that? And I did that from my house, and then for a while I was doing it from Sally's house. That was a fun show. I got some good guests on that show, and we did trivia on there, and we did have a lot of fun. It was intimate. It was me sitting in my living room with no equipment. It was just an iPad that we would go live on Facebook, and I'd be yelling so the people can hear us. But yeah, no microphones, no nothing. Chris Monty did it. When I asked Chris Monty, so when I first started it was before I was here, before I was working here. So I had seen Chris Monty a few times, at various comedy clubs, became a big fan, friended him on Facebook, and that was the extent of our relationship at the time. And then I reached out to him, asking him if he would do the show with me. He immediately said yes, which I was excited about. But he thought it was, he never heard of it, obviously, because most people didn't. But he thought, when I gave him the address to come to my house, he thought he was going to a studio somewhere. He walks in, he's like, what, do you got a studio somewhere in the basement or something? I'm like, no. It's just me and him. Well, and I would sometimes set it up where we'd sit in front of the TV so I could show graphics on the, because I'd use the iPad as a camera so I can use my computer as the screen. So you just have two people on each side of a television screen. I would show pictures and video, be like, look. It was so prehistoric and amateur and bad. And even Monty said right in the middle of the show, he's like, what am I doing here? He never came back. Yes, Tuesday night with Tony, says Charles. Thanks. Are you sure he's not there? It would be hard to miss him, says Sean. Talking about Sean, I'm assuming. Want to do Tuesday night with Tony with my kazoo and some tunes someday, says Charles. Charles, why can't you do it in here on a Tuesday or any day that I'm in here? But yeah, I stopped doing that show in 2000. I think it was 2019. I started it in 16 or 17. I think it was 17. And then we got this gig. And yeah, I was doing both for a year, and it was too much. It was too much. So I stopped doing it. The Facebook page is still there. I usually just post videos from here on there. But yeah, it was fun. Yeah, Charles, let me know when you're around. Where are you these days? I don't know where you are. I don't know what you're doing. Haven't seen you in a very long time. Fremder, I thought Sean wasn't there because you got pulled over for tinted windows. Oh, Fremder. Jerry, great story. Running up against Joe List Tuesdays with Stories. Oh, I don't know what that is. And I'm going to even be inclined to say I was doing it before him. Bruciello, visiting nurses here. Got to go. See you Thursday. John, hope you're all right. And hope the nurse is good to look at and slips a few fingers in your butt. Charles is back in Brooklyn, doing well. Glad to hear it, Charles. Glad to hear it. Okay, let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. It is 12 noon. It is time for some Tuesday trivia. Vicky, I'm glad you're here. Andy Plajanos, I hope you're still here. Fremder is here. Goonan is here. He can't spell, but he's here. All right. Tuesday trivia. The way this works, I'm going to ask some random trivia questions. There's no rhyme, no reason to it, as we try to promote Bosie and Rada coming in here on Friday. Just random questions I'm going to ask you guys. Please, in the comments, please answer these questions. Wow, there's 15 people watching right now. Very nice. Thanks for watching, everybody. Play Tuesday Trivia with us. Again, if you're watching on Facebook, switch over to YouTube, because that's where I'm checking comments, on the YouTube feed. So comment on the YouTube feed your answer to our trivia questions. I ask all the questions. I do not give out the answers. Once I've asked all the questions, I go back, read the questions again, read your answers, tell you the correct answer, and then make fun of your answers for being wrong. If any of you 15, now it's down to 10. I guess people don't want to play trivia. If anybody out there wants to play, just comment. And then if you'd like, you can reach out to me and say, hey, I'd like free admission to Governor's Comedy Club or the Brokerage Comedy Club or McGuire's Comedy Club. And I'll be able to get you in on most nights. I'll get your name on the list. And then when you get here, you be sure to tell Governors or whichever club you're in, I'm here because Tony and the Knockem Dead Comedy Show got me in. Who's calling now? Oh, I'm getting a call from the Netherlands. Gee, I wonder what that is. Should I answer it? Yeah, let's see what they say. Hello.
Hello, this is an important call from Amazon customer support.
Oh.
This is to notify you regarding your today's purchase on Amazon.com.
Oh.
You've been charged $1,279.99 on your default card saved on Amazon.com.
Excellent.
If you have not made any such transaction, then please press 1 to cancel your order. Else, if you have made this purchase on Amazon...
You think that's real? I'm going to say no. Should I check my Amazon? Just to be safe? Let's see. don't know if I can do that. I've never done that. Oops. Amazon. Let's see. My account. See all account. Let's see my orders. Nope. I don't see anything. That shows I ordered something worth all that money. I don't see anything that says I owe that. All right, so I'm guessing that was fake, right? Okay. All right, Tuesday trivia. Here we go. Jerry Lehane, Bob Levy, coming to Governor soon. Mike Bocchetti killed on Kev Brennan's show yesterday. Maybe steady Monday guest. And don't worry about my purchases on delightful Amazon goodies. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, Bob Levy's coming here soon? I did not know that. Jim Florentine's here this weekend. Jeff Leeson is here tonight. Dan LaRocco this week. Janelle Hamster, Sean Kearns, Jim Florentine. Jessica Curson is here, I believe, Saturday and Sunday. Colin Chamberlain, Mike Fenoya, John Butera, Brian Paul, Billy Geyer, Joe Winchell, Mike Tanzi. Just some of the names you'll see on the Governor's stage this weekend. All right, here we go. Tuesday trivia. Question number 1. The main characters of the TV show Blue Bloods are members of what fictional family? Vicky yells at me if I go too slow with the question, if I go too fast with the questions, so I'm going to take some water. I'm Kevin Downey Jr. Sip. The main characters on the TV show Blue Bloods are members of what fictional family? Fremder realizing he ordered expensive butt plugs on Amazon. All right, Vicky's answering the questions. That's my signal that I can move on. What age was Ted Bundy when he was executed? That's a nice, cheerful question for you. What age was Ted Bundy when he was executed? All right, we got Vicky and Andy answering questions. Woohoo! I like when they go head to head to tip. Let's see. Next question. Some of the questions are hard today. What is the only mammal that can fly? The only mammal that can fly. The only mammal that can fly. I don't know what Jerry Lehane's talking about. All right. Oh, and Jeff Bosey's playing trivia. Nice. Next question. Oh, are you guys answering? Oh, okay. You're starting to answer the next question. All right. Moving on. What is the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth? Bonus point if you can tell me where it was recorded. What is the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth? And a bonus point if you can tell me where this was recorded. See, yeah, I miss having somebody in here so I can make fun of them as they yell at me for these hard questions or as they try to guess out loud. Sean wouldn't have gotten any of these correct, by the way. All right, next question. What is the only letter that does not appear in the name of any U.S. states? What is the only letter that does not appear in any names of U.S. states? All right. Moving right along. At U.S. Catholic churches, name the activity that is the most popular activity immediately following Mass. Did that come out right? What is the most popular activity that people do immediately after Mass at any U.S. Catholic church? And no, it's not watching Abbott and Costello. Some of you would, I think some of you would get that question, get that joke. It is really cold in here today. I wonder if the heat's not working. The exterminator guy was out. The heat seemed to be working. Then the exterminator guy was here. He was bringing in a bunch of stuff, and he left the door that's right out here, to go outside. It's right on the other side of this wall. He left that door open for a while, so I wonder if that just screwed things up, because it's cold in here. So do you guys understood that question? In the U.S., what is the most popular activity immediately after a Catholic Mass? Okay. Next question. Which city has an area called Haight-Ashbury? Which city has an area known as Haight-Ashbury? All right. All right. Next question. This one, nice and easy. You're welcome. It's one of those where I won't even have to read it later on when I'm going over the answers. Julie Andrews' first film. Name it. She played a nanny. Does it get any easier than this? I really don't think it does. Name Julie Andrews' first movie. In it, she plays a nanny. Next question. And I'm going to screw up the pronunciation. Lagno-Parisia. Lagnoperisia. No, I didn't say Lando Calrissian. I said Lagno-Parisia. Lagno-Parisia. Lagnoperisia. It is a fancy name for what condition? And I will give you a hint. It's a sexual condition. Not necessarily a bad sexual condition. I probably just gave it away by saying that. But I don't care. Let's see. All right. Final question, ladies and gentlemen. Final question. What is a zone orgasm? Zone. Z-O-N-E. What is a zone orgasm? All right. I'm going to give it a second. Wait for some answers to come in. Maybe I'll take a nap. Do I sound stuffy to you today? I kind of do, right? And I've been. There's been a couple of coughs during the show. Man, if I'm catching Lisa's cold, I'm gonna beat the shit out of her. I feel fine, and I was feeling fine when I got here this morning. I just think, and then I'm complaining that it's cold in here. Man, I hope I'm not getting sick. That would suck. I got Lilo coming in here on Thursday. I can't be sick for Lilo. Maybe I'm just a little stuffy because it's cold in here. Let's go with that. Okay. All right. I'm going to scroll back up. Okay. First question. The main characters of the TV show Blue Bloods are members of what fictional family? Andy Plagano said the Lipschitz family. Oh, Fremder. Fremder. This is Fremder's answer. This is not me. Fremder says the Oink family. Ay, ay, ay. Jeff Bosey says the Adams. That's a whole different family. Vicky. Vicky got the answer correct. The Reagan family. An Irish-American Catholic family. The Reagans. Let's see. Jerry Lahane. Yeah, various days. It's a Largesi day? I have no idea what that is. Sorry, Jerry. I have no idea what that means. Okay, next question. What age was Ted Bundy when he was executed? Vicky says 37. 350 degrees for 45 minutes, says Andy Pachanos. Boshi says 38. Fremder says too old. Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I would definitely say too old if I'm a family of one of his victims. But nobody got that right. The correct answer is 42. At least that's what I have. 42. Great movie, by the way, 42. Not about Ted Bundy. What is the only mammal that can fly? I sound very nasally. That's why I made fun of myself. The only mammal. Only mammal. Those two words, I sound very nasally. The only mammal. What is the only mammal that can fly? I guess not a pterodactyl, says Fremder. Everybody else, Jerry, Andrew, Vicky, and Jeff, all got it correct. Well done. It is a bat. I'm Batman. What is the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth? Andy Plajanos. 145 degrees in Death Valley. Not what I have. Vicky. 129 degrees in Death Valley. Not what I have. 69 degrees in my bedroom, says Fremder. I really doubt it's that hot in there. Jeff Bosey, 250 degrees in my ass. There you go. There's the correct answer right there. 250 degrees in Jeff Bosey's ass. Hadron Collider, ouchie, hot, ow. What? Jerry, time to get a little, time to adjust those meds. Now, you guys are mentioning Death Valley. Furnace Creek Ranch, California? Is that Death Valley? I've heard of Death Valley. I don't know where it is. But what I have, my answer says 134 degrees Fahrenheit in Furnace Creek Ranch, California. And he's going to fight me on that. All right, next question. It looks like everybody got that one right. Jerry Lahane, Andy Plagianos, Vicky, Jeff Bosey, Fremder just mentioned every letter in the alphabet. What is the only letter that is... What is the only letter that does not appear in any U.S. state name? I was doing so well. Yes, the answer is Q. Well done. Well done. At U.S. Catholic churches, what follows Mass as the most popular activity? Andy Plajanos, altar boy sex. Jerry, the collection basket. Vicky says communion. Lisa says we're going to IHOP soon. Fremder, I can only imagine what happens after the priest gives out his Mass. Oh. Well, nobody got that right. Shocker. The at U.S. Catholic churches, what follows Mass as the most popular activity? Bingo. No, not as in bingo. You got the answer right. The answer is bingo. I like my answer of Abbott and Costello. What city has an area called Haight-Ashbury? Jerry got it. Andy got it. Vicky got it. Well done. It is San Francisco. If you're going to San Francisco. Next question. In Julie Andrews' first film, she played which nanny? Name her first film where she plays a nanny. Everybody got that one right, too. Mary Poppins. I thought Fremder said, I give Mary my Poppins. Yeah, Fremder. Oh, the Fran Drescher documentary. Get it, because she was the nanny. Okay. Lagnoparesia is a fancy name for what sexual condition? Andy Pagano says sex addiction. Sex addiction. Vicky, being asexual. Fremder. Pagano's. Oh, all right. Wait a minute. So nobody else answered that one? Oh, Fremder, the addiction to cunnilingus. Okay. Lagnoparesia is a fancy name for the condition known as nymphomania. I must have lagnoparesia. I'm going to change that to my last name. No final question, ladies and gentlemen. What is a zone orgasm? What is a zone orgasm? Something that you get a ticket for, says Posey. Pagano says G-spot orgasm. Fremder, read that already. Jerry, area other than specific organ, female mostly. Area other than specific organ, female mostly. Vicky says she does not know what a zone orgasm is. Busting a nut in a car that shouldn't be parked there, says Fremder. A zone orgasm is an orgasm that happens when a part of the body other than the boobs or vagina is stimulated. So Jerry's kind of on the right track there. Little bonus question for you. What percentage of women claim to have experienced a zone orgasm? What percentage of women? So a zone orgasm is an orgasm that happens when a part of the body other than the boobs and the vag is stimulated. What percentage of women claim to have experienced a zone orgasm? Answer me that, and then we're going to get out of here. While I'm waiting on your answers, don't forget, go to knockemdeadcomedy.com. We got some dates coming your way, including 4 dates at that meatball place. The first one being just another 2 weeks, give or take. March 6th, September 25th, October 23rd, December 18th. Knockem Dead Comedy at that meatball place out there in Patchogue. Go to knockemdeadcomedy.com. We have some other dates. We're going to be putting together some more dates with governors, so we're very excited about that. What else do I have in here? If you're going to be in England in March or April or May, go see Elio Pace. His tour is starting. He's doing a few shows this weekend. I forget where. Germany? I forget where he's doing them. But it's just 2 or 3 shows, and then the tour full-blown starts on the 18th of March. Yeah, go see Elio. I'm hoping to get there in April myself. I'm hoping to go to the April 23rd show in Cardiff at the Wales Millennium Center. I'm hoping. We're trying to make it happen. And, of course, like I mentioned, some great shows going on here at Governor's. Jeff Leeson is tonight. This weekend, Dan LaRocco, Janelle Hamster, Sean Kearns, Jim Florentine, Jessica Curson, Colin Chamberlain, Mike Fenoya, John Butera, Brian Paul, Billy Geyer, Joe Winchell, Mike Tangi. Just some of the names you'll see on the Governor's stage. Go to govs.com and make your reservations. Lots of great shows coming up here at Governor's. Check out the full schedule. All right, so Andy Pagano said 8%, and it looks like that's the only answer I'm getting here, so I'm going to go forward with this. The percentage of women who have claimed to have experienced a zone orgasm, 14%. 14%. Fremder, other than the vag or the boobs, so I'm guessing it's an anal orgasm, or does your nose start tingling? Ay, ay, ay. Bam. We're out of here. Thanks for hanging out with us today. It is Tuesday. Oh, some bad news. There is no Hershey and the Keegs tonight. Mike Keegan is doing his stand-up somewhere. I don't know where, and I don't care. So no Hershey and the Keegs tonight. So that's it for us for today. Nothing else going on. Tomorrow we're not here. No shows tomorrow. Thursday, like I said, Mike Kaplan, Lilo Grunwald, and Joe Scrocca Jr. Did I say Joe Scrocca Jr.? That's on Thursday's show. Circling the Drain will be on Thursday night. And then on Friday we have Andy and Jeff and Rich. And I don't know if Conversations returns or not. I think it does, but I'm not sure. So, and then I'm hoping to get in here this weekend for Jim Florentine. Got to talk to the team and see what's cooking. Bosie, have a great day. He says, you too, pal. You too. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Enjoy your Wednesday. We'll see you Thursday. And, thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us today. Appreciate it. See ya.
For your event today. What will you experience at a Knockem Dead Comedy Murder Mystery Show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knockem Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knockem Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. You had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about.